I'll do readings. I read my own oracle cards. 3 card readings for people that subscribe beforehand. And I'll do my lives always in that way. Sometimes there is some room left and I do 1 card readings for the people that are joining. But I don't expect that I have room left. So if you want a personal reading, it won't happen in this life. I don't take new requests because when I do that, I'll never stop, I think. You always have to subscribe. So welcome everyone. I'm doing an English live now, so you're welcome when you're Dutch, but I will speak in English because I have English followers too, or English speaking followers too. And I want to give them a chance to have a personal reading too. Yes, I'm in the Netherlands, but I'm speaking English because it's an English live. I alternate the lives. 1 week it's English, the next is Dutch. So if you want to hear Dutch, you have to come next week. 1 day next week. The announcement will be in the weekend when I will do the live, and in the announcement you can subscribe for a personal reading. So I did an announcement a few days ago to subscribe. I have 9 subscriptions for a personal reading. I don't do requests in the live itself. I always ask people to subscribe with the announcements. But the intuition always works like this. When you listen to someone else's reading and something pops out, trust that that is your intuition that directs you to listen carefully, because you also have an intuition, and in everything you hear and everything you encounter, there are messages, but you have to learn to listen. And so when I do a reading for someone else and something is standing out in what I say, trust that it's your intuition that says, listen carefully, this also is for you. I had 9 subscriptions for a personal reading, so I've prepared them, and I'll do them whether the persons are here or not, because I always put the lives and the readings from the lives on a YouTube channel, so you can always look back. Melanie, yes, I've got your cards too. Well, Melanie, I'll take you first then. But I'll have to look which pile it is. It's this one. So, Melanie, you have 3 cards. I shuffled a long time. Not 1 card popped out. Then I tried to feel. And then I shuffled again. It was very difficult to get your cards. So maybe you're somewhat hesitant to hear what I have to say. I don't know if that's true. So you're very eager to hear it now, but I'm curious. Do you recognize that there's some bit of resistance to hear what I have to say? I have this one upright, and this starts with a talent. This is a positive card. And it's called Happy Wife, Happy Life. It's of course not about a spouse, but it's about people you love. You want to feel happy, and you do everything to make them happy. Your happiness is somewhat connected to the happiness of the people around you. And it's upright, so it's not limiting you in some way. But be careful, because it can be. That's because you have also this one. And this one is, I don't know if you can see it, it's in a swimming pool, and there is a father figure, or someone who's watching the swimming pool that is not very deep, but for the little ones. And he is serious about his task, but also in a posture that I think is very bored. So everything I do for you. He takes his job very seriously, to watch the children, to keep them safe. But he also gives too much. But you have overcome that. So I think, combination with this one, Melanie, you like to contribute to the happiness of the people you love. But maybe in the past you have done too much to keep them happy and not respecting your own boundaries. But you, because it's upside down and this is a blockage, you have learned from situations that went wrong, I think. And you learned to also respect your own boundaries and what you can give. That's the second one. And the third one is this. I think, is it upright? No, it's upside down. I think you have a talent, but you are still hesitant to execute it, I think. This one is a lighthouse. You are a lighthouse. You are a shining light. You can be a shining light. You are a shining light in the core of your being. Shining the light, helping people to come home, to come to who they are in the darkest nights, in the darkest days, and with storm and rain. And your talent is guiding people to a safe place, to home. You have something to do still, to work with that talent. Maybe you don't acknowledge it enough, or you're hesitant to believe it yourself. But you have a beautiful gift, and that is helping people find their way home. And you did that, I think, no doubt, with your family, keeping them happy. You learned from your mistakes of not recognizing your own boundaries, and now you have to go outside your family, is my interpretation, and be that lighthouse for other people too. I hope you recognize it, Mel. Okay. So you have a beautiful gift. Two beautiful gifts are represented here, and pitfall, you could say. Now you are aware of that. So you are on the verge of making a step and be in the world the lighthouse that you are for your family already, I think. So keep on the good work. And be aware of not giving too much of yourself. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, I'm going to Eva mvdw. Here you are. I've got 3 cards for you. I start with this one. This is a positive one. Here you are. This is a talent of you. And as you can see, this is a forest, but it's a fantasy forest. And the talent with this is that you have a creative power. Maybe you can fantasize and see things in front of your eyes. And it's working for you because it was upright. So you use that talent, or you are aware of it, but not knowing yet how to use it. That's the first one. The second one is something that's developing for you, and that is, in the upright position, it is that you feel like you have a light within you, your special talent with which you want to serve the world. You have that talent and you are aware of it, or are becoming aware of it. It's in transition state. It fell like this. So I think you are becoming aware of your special light, and we have we all have a special light, but we have to recognize it, acknowledge it, and follow it. Well, that is the process you are in, I think. Maybe it's your creative side that will enlighten the world. I don't know how it works for you, but that is one part. And another part is this, and that is upside down. It's a positive card that's upside down. And that means that when it's like this, you hold something back, which is a positive part of you. And in this card, you can see this is our potential to grow. You can see there is a new leaf, and nature has the tendency to wanting to grow, to expand. You can see when you leave weeds untouched, they will grow and will grow everywhere. And that is the power of nature that wants to expand. And when this card is upside down, it means that you in some way hold your potential back, your potential to grow, to evolve, to step beyond what is familiar to you. And that when you combine it with the other two, maybe it's your creative potential that you don't give enough attention to, or that you don't want to show to the world. And of course, it's your own choice whether you want to change that or not, and whether you want to grow or not. But when you want to evolve and become that light that you are, and that you are beginning to sense, then you'll have to be willing to step outside what is familiar to you and free your potential to grow and to learn through a period of maybe being fearful. So recognize the light you are. You're beginning to do that, and express yourself with your creative emotion in the way that feels right for you, and make the step maybe to show to the world what you have inside you. That's your advice from these three cards. Emma, you're here. Hi. You had two cards that are changing for the better. And that is this one. Emma. This one is for Emma. Hi. This one, upright, means you are open to receive guidance. And guidance to your mission, guidance to your happiness, guidance to what you have to serve the world with. Because it's sideways, it's changing for you. Maybe you were in this position, you didn't do anything outside what your body or your thoughts were. But you are changing, you are open to receive now, you are acknowledging that there is something to feel or to be guided by, you are discovering what it is, you have the power to receive and get guidance. And it's the first one, it's in transition, so you are going to grow in that way. The next one I pulled for you is this one. You're in a situation that you have abundance. It won't have to be money. I made it a money picture because it's easier for us to understand abundance when we talk about money. But the abundance can be that you have a lot of people you love or who love you, that you have a lot of hobbies or things that inspire you. Of course, you can have money too, but you have a lot of abundance. And it's peculiar that you can get this card because it's upright. So you have that. Maybe you have to acknowledge it more, enjoy it more, be aware of it more, I think. Because there's no problem with it because it's upright. So maybe it's just that you enjoy it more. There was one in transition also, and that is this one. And this is my most precious card. It's going your way by putting one foot in front of the other. It's not knowing where you are exactly or where you are going exactly. It's just enjoying the adventure of discovering where you are and what you see on the way. So there is an openness to the process. And maybe that's the openness that's also in transition here. It's being open to what you encounter on your way to where you're going and enjoying every minute of it. So this is the adventure card. It's the adventure. It's my grandchild, a photo of my grandchild when I walked him home. It's the adventure of being here and now and experience every adventure on your way. He saw a flower and wanted to smell it and lay on the ground to smell a little flower. And then he saw a bug and wanted to take it, but the bug flew away. And then he saw a butterfly or something else or letters on the street and he wanted to know what it was. And that's the way of following your own guidance, following the guidance to what is your passion and what your mission is in the world. And you are transitioning this. So this is coming to you. This is something you are learning. And it has to do with being receptive to everything that is, being in the moment and seeing the beauty of it. And the abundance you have, you will learn to appreciate with that much more. Demi, here is your reading. They are all positive cards. So there's a lot of abundance of talents you have. And yeah, well, I think you need to hear this because you subscribed and you got this. So there's not directly an advice, but it's for you to know that you have them and that you have to do something with them. The first, Demi, it's standing out. These are all flowers of the same sorts, but there is one that's daring to get his head above the the field, like we say in Dutch. It's one who dares to stand out, and that's a talent of you. You don't shy back when people see your talent and are somewhat embarrassed by it that they can't meet up. No, you can show it without shyness, and you do that too, I think. The next talent you have is this one, and it's about in a full room, in a room that is crowded and busy, and you were communicating with others. You can take a moment for yourself and relax for yourself and be happy with yourself within the busyness. So that's a talent too, that you can separate yourself from the group without going somewhere else, but just in your own world, relaxing in your own way. And the next one, and that is maybe why you have to hear this with all those talents, is this one. This is a butterfly, and it has been a caterpillar and now it's a butterfly. It's his first moment that he thinks, oh, I have wings. I can do something differently now. This is a new moment in time. I think you are on the verge of flying. You and before you didn't. You are on the verge of doing something new and making an important step. So maybe you have to know that you can shine regardless of what other people say. That's this one. And care for your own well-being by sometimes going back into your own space. But you are on the verge of starting something new or doing something new, using talents that you have, and you know you have, but you have never used before. So that is your 3-card reading, and I read it for Demi. Okay, that is Demi. And then we go to Eva, Angel Eve, yes, you had 4. Angel Eve, you had 4. And I think you are in a situation that isn't exactly easy at this moment. But to begin with the positive one. So this is you belong somewhere. That's this one. You are part of a group and you belong somewhere where you know your place. It doesn't necessarily has to be a family group, but it's the essence of you are missed when you're not there. You have your particular place to be, things to do, roles to play. And you have, and this is a positive one, you experience it as a positive asset of you. And the second one, and you have 4, and they all flew out, so it's happening. There's a lot of energy about it. 156, I mean, it's this one. We have to talk. There is some issue, I don't know if it's in that group or somewhere else, but there is an issue that is troubling in some way and you don't speak about it. There has to come a conversation about what is troubling people in the group, or you especially. There has to be a conversation about difficult things. Then we have, could be the reason why you have to talk about it. This is, in the upright position, a proposal. It's choosing for your heart. So, and why is that? You see someone on his knee, I think, and someone who is standing like that. I think this is a proposal situation. And for me, a proposal is symbolic for choosing to make a decision from your heart and not knowing, there's always an uncertainty whether the others will say yes, but you go for your heart because your heart is knowing that you want to go that way. So this is the decision for your heart, and making that decision, not knowing how it will evolve. But this is upside down. There is something that maybe you must decide to do, or you have decided but not shared. There is a big decision from your heart that you want to follow but hold back, I think. And the last one, and it's also a blockage, and it was upright. So I think this one starts with being enjoying life to the fullest, but not knowing the boundaries, so not knowing when to stop. So the part that you can enjoy life is a beautiful part, but you also have to know when to stop. So there's a lot going on in your life, you don't listen to your heart, or you don't dare to go through with it and make a decision for your heart. That's this one. You enjoy life, but sometimes a little bit too much, and you end in a situation that's not healthy for you. There is something that has to be said. There has to be a conversation on something. But what supports you all the way is this: that you belong somewhere, and that you know that you are welcome, and that there is a place. And it can be that this one makes the rest a bit difficult. But I think there is a lot of movement for you to make a decision, to set boundaries, to make that talk, define who you want to be and who you are to the people that you work with or that you feel good with. So you have a challenge, I think. It's a challenging time for you, but a time which will lead to being more yourself and being more aligned with who you are.